Welcome back to the show. Check out these headlines we have for you today. Totalitarian control, Bill Gates and the Controligarchs, secret deals, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get into that, as well as crypto institutions making silent moves. We got that and so much more. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, current market cap for crypto is $1.61 trillion market cap. The market is up 3.7% as Bitcoin now over $41,000, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, 41K and up, going, moving. 5.6 on the 24-hour, up 12.9 on the 7-day. And now Ethereum, $2,249 and change, up 4% on the 24-hour, up 10.9 on the 7-day. Tether market cap, $89.6 billion plus. I believe it's an all-time high, and we don't know how the U.S. government really feels about it, but I think we're going too soon. 62 cents for XRP. It's off by 0.7 in the 24-hour, up 2.9 on the 7-day. As we know, altcoins usually move in a lag behind the major digital assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum that have dominance over the market at this current time. We have yet to see use case utility drive the market price, but that's coming soon. We're going to talk about that. 62 cents right now. On the bottom of the price range for XRP is 0.6012. On the top, 0.6405. We did see a spike earlier this morning to 64 cents and then a drastic pullback or sell-off very quickly. It has recovered from 60 cents back to 62. We'll keep an eye on it. I talk about this all the time, and it's because I was a customer first. As with anything that I offer on this channel, I don't promote anything that I don't use. That's the truth. Don't believe it. It's still true. And there's a reason why I use all of these products, because they're fantastic. And if you haven't checked out iTrust Capital for yourself, what are you waiting for? The only thing better than buying crypto is buying tax-free crypto. And you can do that with your own back office, as you can see here in the illustrations, and have the empowerment that you've always been waiting to have for planning your retirement and your future for your family. Now, over the weekend, we covered this, and I want to play this clip here. It is a clip of Brad Garlinghouse, shout out to Brad Garlinghouse, at Token 2049 in Singapore. And he's making some very crucial statements here when asked about stable coins. It's a pretty remarkable clip. I want you to listen to this very quick clip here.
Reserve has a strong interest in ensuring that any stablecoin offering operate within an appropriate federal prudential oversight framework.
But when are you going to move into stable coins?
Yes.
When?
Yes.
Now, that seems very calculated to me, because, like, yes, we're excited too. But it sounds like a very smart business calculated move, like we need clarity without saying we need clarity is what I'm hearing here. We get clarity and we'll happily dive into stable coins. But maybe it's just that they don't want to dive into stable coins deeply until there is legislation, so there's no question about what's taking place on the XRP ledger. Isn't it?
Look, I think the stablecoin market is fascinating. Will we do or say more than that? Not today.
Not today. Do we say more than that? Not today. Why is that such a touchy subject? Why is that such a place that Brad can't go? But also seems and appears to be extremely excited about at the same time. Well, I think it's because we're on the precipice of getting what we need to be extremely excited about stablecoins. Again, as I've said, we all know that stablecoin legislation would clear the way for the on and off ramps to the digital asset space. We all know this. But let me tell you what clear legislation also does for stable coins. It instantly opens the door for banks to start playing along. It instantly opens the door for banks and their business to go 24/7, 365, because that's what stable coins can do. That's just one way of visualizing and understanding the power of what digital stable coins can do for the financial industry. And just from 24/7, 365, imagine the impact that will begin to take place. And you can see the scaling of digital assets coming very quickly once that happens. So with that being said, let's look at a problem that's going on in the financial industry right now. The Bank of International Settlements, and this is the central bank of central banks, as they say, is warning that central clearinghouses that hold over $1 trillion in liquid assets may exacerbate periods of financial stress. This does not seem good, says Gold Telegraph, and I would have to agree with that. And we have to remind ourselves that it was Ripple that joins ISDA, the International Swaps and Derivatives Association, to help settle more than a couple quadrillion dollars worth of these settlement items and products, right? Isn't it? It is. And here, in fact, is legal identifier, entity identifier conversation, and JP Morgan and ISDA explains that the legality for digital derivatives is a base layer, the foundation. And then we're going to see JP Morgan's Mansart XRP fund over in Ireland. Shout out to Mr. Mann. Give him a follow.
Yeah, Bill had said that too. He said earlier that some of that framework is being built now, right? The data, the digitized legal data, that information is going to be kind of the footprint, or we should call it, I don't build houses, but like the framework, the bottom of the house to get us up to that standard.
The foundation, right? And there's your legal entity identifier known as the LEI. And here is, in fact, the LEI for Ireland, and it is the public limited company JP Morgan here, XRP fund. How about that? Isn't that interesting? Now let's hear here about Zodia Custody, the new payment disbursement platform for Stellar since September 2023. We have, I think it's Tori Sample on stage here. Also, Julian, I can't remember his last name, but let's hear this clip very quickly here. Powerful clip. Stellar is thus indirect reconnected to Ripple via Zodia Custody and Metaco Custody. We'll get into that in a second.
Hi everyone, I'm Noel Atchison, here on behalf of CoinDesk Studios at the Stellar Meridian event in Madrid. And I am here with Tori Sample, Senior Product Manager at the Stellar Development Foundation, and Julian Sawyer, Chief Executive Officer of Zodia Custody. Tori and Julian, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks for having
Now, there's
us.
so much to talk about. I want to talk about the Stellar platform and some of the changes. But Julian, first, for our viewers who aren't familiar, could you give us some background on Zodia Custody, its origins and its focus?
Yes, of course. We were founded by Standard Chartered Bank and their ventures arm in 2000 on the premise of segregation between exchange and custody. So we are a standalone custodian offering institutional grade custody services. We're based in the UK, though we have just opened in Singapore, and we're also in the EU as well.
That's fascinating. What kind of difference do you find between the different jurisdictions?
I think the jurisdictions that we're in are those that have got a roadmap of crypto adoption, and so we are very careful about where we go and that market. But I think what we're seeing is, in the more developed markets, a more alignment into how crypto custody is managed, consistency and alignment, and that's what we are hoping will continue within the marketplace.
Ideal. It's very encouraging to hear for such a global concept. And, you know, Tori, could you talk a bit about Stellar products and how they relate to the ecosystem?
Well, listen, we know Stellar is taking off, and so is Franklin Templeton on top of the Stellar network. Look, this is exciting to me because Ripple is reconnected through Metaco, and obviously they acquired Metaco, and Zodia is now connected, and Standard Chartered is behind Zodia custody. Standard Charter, also a Ripple partner. These connections are coming together. Why am I showing you custody conversations? Because it is the foundational layer, I believe, is what the lady was trying to say in the previous clip that I just played for you. Standard Charter, backed by Zodia Custody, joins Ripple partner Metaco. Zodia Custody and cryptocurrency storage provider backed by Standard Custody is joining Ripple own custody specialist Metaco's network, which is designed to handle the safekeeping and settlement of digital assets for institutions around the world, the firm said on Monday. Come on in. Yeah, who's upset about it? Not this guy. Then this guy right here, CEO and co-founder of Zodia Markets. Let's listen to what he says about where he thinks a breakout's coming, where we're going to see insights into crypto adoption timeline by finance leader like this gentleman right here. Take a listen.
Do you see that time frame wise in the next year? Care to make a prediction?
I mean, more educated people than me have made many predictions. I am hoping we're looking at the first half of 2024. I'm hoping. I think there's a few people that I think have been more bullish with that, and maybe we're hoping for before the end of this year. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope it is. But I'd probably like to think we'll see something maybe in the Q1. Hopefully, worst case Q2.
There you have it. And how about that? Think of it for a moment, that we would have these institutions taking massive positions, moving into custody with Metaco and Zodia by Q2 of next year. Just 6 months from now on the long end, right? Possibly sooner. And why would they be doing that? Well, let's hear about the silent moves from the crypto or the institutions moving into crypto, because that's exactly what it is. Take a listen.
In that space in particular over the next year?
Well, as you mentioned, it's also yield-bearing stablecoins. Stablecoins kind of has a wider definition, which also is a problem because we need to narrow that definition for people to really create standards and grow. But money market funds that are tokenized, we've seen that already come to fruition in two different places. First, Franklin Templeton, they created this, call it Benji app, where they've tokenized a money market fund. And interestingly, because it was tokenized in such an easy-to-use interface, that particular money market fund actually within the first month doubled their assets because everyone was using it because it's so easy to use, and there was an interest in getting more yield at the same time. JP Morgan, working with BlackRock, they've also tokenized a money market fund. So that's a perfect example of like adoption, product market fit, and unfortunately it goes below the fold in terms of the search engine headlines because everyone's so focused on just hardcore crypto stuff, whereas the call it big boys are actually adopting the blockchain technology below the fold and quietly, but in big size.
And there you have it right there, ladies and gentlemen. And isn't that one of the core tenets that we have here on the channel, is to get out of step with the masses and to get in step with the institutions? That is the deal. That is why you hear me say often, I am stacking my pennies next to their dollars. And that is exactly what I continue to do. Not financial advice, sharing my digital perspectives. Now we're going to share Egg Reg Crypto's digital perspectives as he talks about what went on just a few hours ago here, where we saw this big price manipulation candle, he says here, spike all the way down into the, I believe, 58 cent, 59 cent range. But that's where it went. And now we know we're back at 62. But he calls this on the 1 minute chart a pure manipulation candle. So it is just a bit of a disruption, and we're back where we were. Nothing has changed as far as the long-term vision of the charts. In fact, if we take a look at crypto toes here, XRP needs to close the day above this green candle resistance area. He says if we could do this successfully, we should be on the road to 72 cents. And obviously we know it's $1 plus for Egg Reg Crypto and Dark Defender as well. Look, all of this is interesting to watch. We know that we're early, but I'm here for it, and I know you are too. Now it's time to move into the freedom zone, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeedy. Totalitarian control, I should say. Excuse me. I had the toughest time with that this morning. Bill Gates and the Controligarchs and secret deals. This is the stuff we talk about inside of the Freedom Zone because we are free to talk about it in there. I hope you will join us. You aren't going to believe it. The conversations are amazing. The comments from all of you are absolutely remarkable. And if you haven't seen the video we covered yesterday on the quiet desperation and how to plan your escape, if you're living a life in quiet desperation, you click this link and you join the Freedom Zone for next to nothing, and you're going to find out exactly how you can break the mold. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.